What's up, everyone? Let's go ahead and go over this test 3 review. So number 1, just to factor completely. So two numbers that multiply to give us 35 would add to give you 12. If you already know the answer in your head, that's great. So do I. I'm still going to write it down. Remember that. No work, no credit. So all the work you need here is multiply and add. The multiply is the last number, so it's 35. The add will be my 12 in the middle. So that would be 7 times 5 is 35, and 7 plus 5 gives me 12. So it's positive 7 and a positive 5. Positive 7, positive right here. The number 1 on the test is b squared plus 11b plus 28. So number 2 right here says x squared minus 7x minus 30. So again, make my little table, multiply and add side. The multiply will be negative 30. The add will be the negative 7. So what's the numbers multiply to give me negative 30, but add to give me negative 7? Something with 10 and 3. 10 and 3, which one has to be negative? There we go. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. And negative 10 plus 3 gives me a negative 7. So it's negative 10 and a positive 3. On the test, number 2 is b squared minus 5b minus 36. So number 3 here, multiply and add. Negative 30 and 1, because there's a 1 right there, right? What's the numbers multiply give me negative 30, but add to give me 1? Something with 6 and 5. I need a positive 1, so it would probably be 6 minus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1, yeah. So then 6, a positive 6 times a negative 5. So positive 6. Yeah, 6, positive 6 and negative 5. Positive 6, negative 5. Number 3 on the test is n squared plus 2n minus 80. Number 4. Multiply and add. That's the multiply, that's the add. The multiply here is negative 8, the add is 7. So two numbers are multiplied to give me negative 8, but when you add, give me 7. Something with 1 and 8. 1 and 8. How do I get 7 from here? Negative 1 plus 8. So negative 1 times 8. Negative 1 times 8 is negative 8, yes. Negative 1 plus 8 is positive 7, yeah. So negative 1, positive 8. Negative 1, positive 8. Number 4 on the test is a squared plus 2a minus 63. Number 5. 15, 95, and 150. Those numbers look too big, so I'm going to see if I can take out a number. And if you look at the answer choices, all these have numbers that are taken out. So let's see if I can take out any numbers, right? So 15, 95, and 150. 15 is not going to 95, so it's got to be just 5. So I'm going to divide all these by 5. That would be 3. If I take out a 5, that would be 3v squared. And then 95 divided by 5. 95 divided by 5. That would be 1, 5, 4, 5, 19. So plus 19. Plus 150 divided by 5, 30. There we go. Now when the number in the front is not 1, remember we got to multiply it to the end. So we have 3, no, not 3 anymore. V squared plus 19 plus 30 times 3 is 90. So then two numbers are multiplied to give me 90, but when you add it, give you 19. Oh, that one's easy. 9 times 10. And 9 plus 10 gives me 19. So then I have v plus 9 and v plus 10. But I have to divide by the 3 because I multiplied by it. So divide this by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, so this is a nice simple number here. 10 divided by 3 cannot be factored, so then the 3 goes in the front. And then don't forget about this 5. You have to bring it all the way down. So 5 onto v plus 3. And then 3v plus 10. Here we go. 5c. Number 5 on your test is 10k squared plus 34k plus 12. Number 6 right here. Same thing here. All the numbers are too big, so I'm going to take out a number. 18, 42, and 36. 18 does not go into 42, so this is wrong. It's usually not that one either. So one of these here. So they both took out a 6, so let's divide them all by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3v squared plus 42 divided by 6 is 7v minus 36 divided by 6 is 6. Multiply the first one to the last one, and that would give us v squared plus 7v minus 18 because you multiply it. So then two numbers are multiply to give me negative 18, but when I add, it gives me a positive 7. Something with 9 and 2. 9 and 2. The 7's positive, so this is positive, and this would be negative. 9 minus 2 is 7, yeah, so positive 9. Yeah, positive 9, negative 2. So we have v with a positive 9 and v with a minus 2. But since we multiplied by this 3, you gotta divided by it. Divide by 3. 9 divided by 3 is a nice whole number. You cannot reduce 2 and 3, so you move it to the front. So it becomes 3v minus 2. And don't forget about this 6. Just bring it down. So v plus 3. And there it is. Number 6 on your test is 21v squared plus 30v minus 24. Number 7. (21p squared plus 3p). So they all have factors on the outside. So this is 21. Can you divide 3 by 21? No, that's wrong. 4. You can't even divide 21 by 4. That's a 0. Now up here, can you always check your working and make sure you get the right answer? Yeah, do FOIL method. But FOIL method does not work. FOIL method is showing to see if your answer is right. This is the type of work I want to see. Alright, so right here, they both have 3p. And obviously it has a plus sign, that's the answer. But I know that. I need to see why. So then divide it by 3p. So 3p goes on the outside. 21 divided by 3 is 7. You have 2 p's here, you're taking out 1. That means you have 1 left. Hello. So then plus 3p divided by 3p, well that's 1, because 3 divided by 3 is 1. And you had 1p, you take away the 1p, it's 0 p's left. So that is the answer. That's why it's letter C. Number 8. Divide these. Can I divide them by 2? Yes. Can I divide them by 3? No, 10 doesn't go into 3, so that's wrong. So 2a. Now why is it 2a and not 2a2? Because remember, you take out the smallest. You take out the smallest of the letters. This one has a 2, this one has a 1. Right. So there's a 1 right here. So 6 divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. You have 2 A's. You can take away 1. That's 1. And then minus sign. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Obviously, the only one that had a minus would be this one. So that's the answer. Again, I need to see a little bit of work. You know what? On these 2 questions, y'all don't gotta show work. That's just too easy. Just give me the answer. It's fine. Oh, number 7 on the test is 21n squared minus 24n. Number 8 on the test is 20n squared minus 8n. Right, so number 9. This is just going to be where 3. Can you divide 10 by 3? No. So then you have to multiply the first to the last number. And then just work it out. So this is going to be n squared plus 10n minus 3 times 25 is now 75. Make my table, multiply and add, negative 75, and add to get 10. Well, this is a pain in the butt. 1 and 75, no. 2 and 75, no. 3 and 75, no. 4 doesn't go into 75. How about 5? 75 divided by 5 is 15. That works. 5 and 15. 5 and 15. Something with 5 and 15. I need to get a positive 10. So this is a negative 5. Negative 5 plus 15, that's 10. And negative 5 times 15 gives me negative 75. Perfect. So n minus 5 and n plus 15. What about the 3? Divide these by 3. We cannot reduce the 5 and the 3, so the 3 just goes in the front. So 3n minus 5. The 15 can be divided by 3, so this is just going to be n plus 5. 3n minus 5, n plus 5. 3n minus 5, n plus 5. Letter C. On your test, where is it? Number 9 is 2n squared plus 9n minus 5. And number 10 on your test is 5n squared plus 8n minus 4. So number 10 again is 5n squared plus 8n minus 4. Right, so number 10. How do you do number 10? Same way. You have a number in the front. So first, can you reduce any number out? I don't know. 10, 14, and 12. Yeah. They're all even numbers. So I'm going to divide by 2 real quick. So I'm going to take out a 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5 with the v squared. Plus sign. 14 divided by 2 is 7v. Minus 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now multiply the 5 times the negative 6. Which gives us v squared plus 7v minus 5 times 6 is 30. Two numbers that give you negative 30, but when you add, give you 7. Multiply and add. 1 and 30, no. 2 and 15, no. 3, something with 3 and 10. I need a positive 7, so that has to be positive, so negative. Negative 3 times 10 is 7. Negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. So v minus 3 and v plus 10. Since we multiply by 5, bring it back. Divide that by 5. The 3 and the 5 here cannot be reduced, so just put the bottom number 5 in the front. So 5v minus 3. Now the 10 and the 5 can be reduced because 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then don't forget that we have this 2 on the outside, so it goes over here in the front. So So 5v minus 3 and v plus 3. Number 11, the same type of question here. Number 11 on the test is 3n squared plus 10n plus 8. Number 12 on the test is 9x squared plus 33x plus 30. Okay, so how do you do number 11? Well, I can't factor out nothing because 3 doesn't go into 14 or 8, so then you just multiply the 3 times the last number and start working. P squared plus 14p, and 3 times 8 gives us 24. Multiply and add. The multiply would be 24. The add would be 14. Two numbers on multiply give me 24, but add to 14. 1 and 24, no. 2, something with 2 and 12. Yeah, 2 times 12 is 24, and 2 plus 12 is 14. So there we go. So then we have p plus 2, p plus 12. Since you multiplied by 3, we have to divide by 3. The 2 and the 3 here cannot be reduced. That's a 0. Right, so then you put a 3 in the front. That's 3p plus 2, which automatically gives you this as the answer. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Number 12, again, here's a 3. Can you take out a 3 from the 7? No, so then you have to just multiply the first one to the last one right off the bat. And that would be x squared plus 7x plus 6. Two numbers that multiply to give me 6, but add to give me 7. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. Right? Yeah. So then that's x with a positive 1, x with a positive 6. Since I multiplied by 3, I got to bring it back, so divide by 3. 1 does not go into 3, so then the 3 just goes in the front. So this is 3x with a positive 1. 6 does divide by 3, so this is x with a positive 2. So 3x plus 1, x plus 2. Number 13. 13 on the test is x squared plus 5x minus 14 equals 0. Number 14 on the test is p squared minus 10p plus 24 equals 0. Number 15 on the test is a squared plus 3a minus 40 equals 0. Number 16 on the test is 4a squared minus 23a plus 13 is equal to a negative 2. So number 13 here. How do you do number 13? Remember that when equals 0, you have to find the roots. Right? So then there's a 1 in the front, so it's easy factoring. Just make your little table here. Multiply and add. This is negative 32. This is 4. Two numbers are multiplied to give me 32, but add to give me 4. Something with 8 and 4. So automatically these are wrong. So I need to get a positive 4. So this is a positive and this is a negative. 8 minus 4 is 4, yeah. So a positive 8 times a negative 4 gives me negative 32. Remember, these are the, what are these? Factors. I want the roots. To get the roots, you switch the sign. So my positive 8 turns negative 8, and my negative 4 turns positive. So those are the roots. 14, same thing here. Make a table, multiply and add. 30 and negative 11. Not 1 and 6, not 4 and 7. Something with 5 and 6. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. I need negative 11. So both of these are negative. Negative 5 plus negative 6 is negative 11. Negative 5 times the negative 6 is positive 30. Again, these are factors. To get the roots, now why do I want the roots? Because it says equals 0. To get the roots, I am going to switch a sign. So my negative 5 turns to a positive 5, and my negative 6 turns to positive 6. 15, same thing. Multiply and add. Negative 48, the add is 2. Not 2 and 6, not 2. Something with, well, that's already off. That's easy smeezy. Something with 8 and 6. How did I do that? I just multiply these numbers. If I can't get 48, then I know automatically it's wrong. But again, I'm just showing the work. This would have to be a positive 8. This would be a negative 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. So 8 times a negative 6. Again, factors to change the sign from a positive 8 to a negative 8. And a negative 6 to a positive 6. Now number 16 does not say equal 0. So on number 16 on your test, be careful. It doesn't say equal 0, remember? So I need to move it. How do you move a negative 5? Well, plus 5. So then the question should say here, 5v squared minus 28v plus 15 now equals 0. So 520, can I take away anything from the 5 and the 28? No. So then I have to multiply the 5 to the 15. So then I have v squared minus 28v plus 75 equals 0. So now I can make my little table, multiply and add. 75, negative 28. Oh, this is good. I don't know. 1 and 25, no. I mean, 1 and 75, no. Oh, it's 3. 3 and 25. 3 and 25. I need to get negative, so both of these are negative. I need to add them both. So negative 3 and negative 25. So v minus the 3, v minus the 25. Divide them both by, what number did I multiply by? I multiplied by 5, so then divide by 5. I can fix this. This would end up being v minus 5. And this I'm going to leave alone, remember? Change the sign because you want the roots. So this negative 5 turns into a positive 5. And this negative 3 over 5 turns into a positive 3 over 5. So a positive 3 over 5 and a positive 5. There you go. Number 17 on the test is 3v squared minus 8v minus 14 is equal to 2. Number 18 on the test is 2r squared minus 3r minus 8 equals negative 3. Number 19 on the test is b squared minus 3b minus 3 equals 0. Number 20 on the test is r squared minus 2r minus 2 equals 0. Number 17 is the exact same way here. You want it to be equal to 0, so then you're going to add 4. So this would be 3n squared minus 7n, and then negative 10 plus 4 is negative 6. Now I can't take out a 3 from anything. I mean, I can't take out a 3 from the 7, so then I have to just multiply the first times the last. N squared minus 7n minus 18 equal to 0. Multiply and add. Negative 18 and negative 7. 1, 18, 2, something with 2 and 9. 2 and 9, 2 and 9. I need a negative 7, so that has to be negative because it has to be the bigger one. So 2 minus 9 is negative 7, so 2 times a negative 9. There we go. So that means I have n with a positive 2 and n with a minus 9. But then since I multiplied by 3, I got to bring it back. Divide that by 3. Remember, you're going to leave this fraction alone. You have positive 2 over 3. So you just change the sign. So this becomes negative 2 over 3, which automatically you can choose letter A. This one right here will become negative 9 over 3 will become n minus 3 that's an ugly 3. Then you change the sign for the root and it becomes a positive 3. That's why letter A is the answer. Number 18, same thing. You want it to be equal 0. So then move this number by doing a plus 5. So then the equation is really 5n squared minus 2n. Minus 8 plus 5 is negative 3. Now it's equal 0. The 5 cannot be taken out. You can't divide the 2 by 5, so then you have to just multiply the 2. I mean the 5 to the last number. So n squared minus 2n minus 15. Multiply and add. Negative 15 and negative 2. 1 and 15, no. 2 and 2 doesn't go 15. 3, something with 3 and 5. I need a negative 2, so then my big number has to be negative. 3 minus 5 is negative 2, yes. So then it's positive 3 times a negative 5. So that means I have n with a positive 3 and with a minus 5. Then since I multiplied by 5, I have to reduce by 5. Now, remember this positive 3 over 5? Just change it to a negative because you're looking for the root, right? And you can automatically choose that as the answer. That becomes n minus 1, which turns into a positive 1. That's why C is the answer. Whatever. That's enough work for me if you only do one of them. Now number 19. Number 19, remember? When you see square roots in the answer choice, you have to use the quadratic formula. So let's use the shortcut of the quadratic formula, which is b squared minus 4ac. This is a, this is b, and this is c. So b is a negative 3 minus 4 times a times c. A is the number in the front, that's a 1 in this case. C is the number at the end, which is a negative 1. Negative 3 squared is a positive 9. Remember that, because it's negative 3 times negative 3. And then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. And then negative 4 times a negative 1, that gives me a positive 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. All these are square roots, right? So look for 13. There it is. Answer is B. Number 20. That's A, that's B, and that's C. B squared minus 4AC. B is negative 3 again. Minus 4 times A times C. A is the number in the front, that would be 3, and C is the number all by itself, that's negative 5. Negative 3 squared means negative 3 times negative 3, that is a positive 9. Negative 4 times 3, that's negative 12. Negative 12 times a negative 5, that's positive 60. 9 plus 60. There you go. Only number there. Easy smeezy. Right. So number 21 on the test is 3x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. So again, 21, 3x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. Number 22, I think I might just write that one down. All right, so number 21 real quick. How you do 21? Oh, it's one of the square roots again. B squared minus 4ac. A, B, and C. So this would be 2 squared minus 4 times A times C. A is 1, C is negative 2. 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is just 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, but negative 4 times a negative 2 gives me a positive 8. And 8 plus 4 is 12. You're like, what the heck's here? 12 is not there. That's a 0. No, but I can already choose the answer. Why? Because 73 is too big, 19 is too big, and 73 is too big. The answer has to be C. Why? Because 12 is one of the numbers you can reduce. What numbers do you divide by? 4, 9, 16. Remember those? Divide by 4. That will give us 3, and there is my 3. 21. It's one of these type of questions. 22. So 22 on your assignment, on your test, is 1 over 2v is equal to 1 over 6v squared minus 2v minus 10 over 3v squared. Be careful with the minus sign. Remember, it's going to change everything right here, right? All right, so then number 22 on the actual thing here. So again here, minus sign changes all this, but we'll get to that right now. I have 3n on the bottom, so I want to make them all be 3n's. So then this has to be times 3. So times 3 to the top. This is only an n, so times 3. So times 3 to the top. Now my bottoms are gone. This is just 1 because we did nothing to it. So you see the minus sign right here? Okay. So either we change it now or we change it later. I'm going to just do it now. I'm going to bring this 3 up here to this, the negative up to the 3. So it's really a negative 3. Negative 3 times 5. Well, that's negative 15 with an n. Negative 3 times 25. Negative 75 is equal to 2 times 3, which is 6. I'm going to fix this because 1 minus 75, that's negative 15n minus 74 is equal to 6. So the negative 15n, if I add 74 to both sides, right, because numbers go with numbers. Oh, that one doesn't cancel, that's a 0. That one cancels. 6 plus 74 is 80. I'm going to divide this by negative 15. That cancels. And can we reduce the 80 and the 15? Yes, we can divide them both by 5. This would be 16 and this would be a negative 3. So 16 and 3. So number 23 on your test is 1 over 6n plus 1 over n squared is equal to n plus 2 over n squared. Number 24 on your test is 3 is equal to 2x plus 8 over x plus 1 over x. That's an 8, whatever. All right, number 23 and 24, how do we do them? We want all the bottoms to be the same, right? So then 2a squared, just a, so just a squared. So we'll make this one times 2 to be 2a squared times 2 to the top. This is just a, so it needs to be multiplied by 2a to become 4a squared. I mean 2a squared. So all those cancel. So 2 times 2a, that is 4a. 2 times a negative 10, that is negative 20, is equal to 2a times 4, 8a, and then just plus 1. When you have letters on both sides, combine letters with letters, numbers with numbers. So I want to move my a's over here to the left, to the right, I mean, sorry. It's easier for me that way. Which means if I move my letters to the right, I move my, what do you call it? Numbers to the left. So negative 20 minus 1 is negative 21. 8 minus 4 is 4. Divided by my 4. I can't reduce, so 21 and 4. There we go. Now on 24 though, careful with the 1. So we should rewrite this to be 4k plus 4 over k is equal to 2 over k plus 1 over 1. Now you want them all to be the same in the bottom, right? So we're going to be multiplying it by what the heck? I'm just gonna change it. K, that was a plus, and that was a K. All right, so then multiply everything to be a K in the bottom. That's already K. So then this one's just gonna be multiplied by a K, the bottom and top. So then this is 4k plus 4 is equal to 2 plus 1 times k is 1k, or just k if you want. Doesn't matter. Again, move the letters where you want them, where they make sense for you. I'm going to subtract my 1k to the left. So all my letters go to the left in this case, in this question. Minus the 4 over here. So I have 3k is equal to 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Divide that by 3. 2 and 3, negative 2 and 3. Letter D. All right. Now the next, let me see your test real quick. Oh yeah. Now the graphs, I'm not gonna draw graphs for you on your test. I mean, I'm not gonna show you what they are on the test because I don't feel like showing them to you. But I'll tell you on your test, number 29 is b squared plus b divided by b. Number 30 on your test is a squared plus 1 divided by a. Number 31 on your test is 2x plus 3 divided by 7x minus 14. Number 32 on your test is x minus 9 divided by x squared minus 5x minus 36. So I'll get to those right now. First, let me show you. So 25 and 26 are just like this on your test. They're just like this, right? Except multiple choice. So the slope m, this line is going down. The line is going down, which means my slope is less than 0. Same thing over here in 26. My slope is going down. That means m is less than 0. If your line is going up, then you put greater than 0. Now the b is the y-intercept. Where is it across the y-axis? Where is it across this line right here? You look for it, it's right there. That is a positive number, positive 6. So that means it's greater than 0 in this question. So in this one here, where does it cross? It crosses that right there. That is a positive 1, which is greater than 0. If it crosses somewhere in the bottom, like down here, then it's less than 0 because it's a negative number. Number 28. X, you go to the x-axis, find the number. We're at -2. So -2. Here's my line. It's going up and down. And you ask, is it colored to the right or to the left? It's colored to the left. The left means less than, or equal to. Now the y, go to the y, which is right here. Find where the line is. That's a 5. And is it colored above or below? It's colored above. Above is greater than or equal to. Above and to the right, greater than. Below and to the left, less than. Now number 28 here. So you go to the x-axis. Where is it across it? It's right here. What number is that? That's 0. So is it colored to the right or to the left? From right here, it's colored to the right. So that's greater than. The y, go to the y-axis. Where does it touch the y? So the line's here again at 0. All right. Is it colored above or below? It's colored above. That would be greater than or equal to. So 29. This is the one where you break apart the fraction. E over E minus sign 1 over E. A lot of you kept getting confused on this. E divided by E. What's E divided by E? It's 1. Like 10 divided by 10, 1. 7 divided by 7, 1. This cancels to one big 1. 1 minus. Can you reduce the 1 in the E? No. So leave it alone. Number 30. X over X minus sign X squared over X. X divided by X cancels to what? One big 1 minus sign. X squared and X. I have 2 here, I have 1 here. So subtract them. 2 minus 1 is just X. There should be a 1, but I don't write it right here. Like, we don't need to write the 1 right there. I was like, sir, how come you didn't put the 1s over here? I can. It makes no sense though, because 1 minus 1 is 0. That means you have no more x's, which means you only have 1. That's why I don't really. You only write it when you need to. 31. What value of x makes the expression not defined? Not defined means what? Who cares about the top? You put the bottom equal to 0. So you solve. Numbers go with numbers, letters go with letters. 0 is a number, so move the 8 to the other number. 0 plus 8 is 8. Divide by 10. Reduce the 8 and the 10, divide them both by 2, and you're going to get 4 and 5. But 32. Now 32, how do you do number 32? 32 is what? How do you solve that? It's factoring. You got to factor it. Equals 0 wants the root. Wants the what? The roots. Keep that in mind. The multiply and the add. The multiply is 3. The add is -4. Something with a 1 and 3. -1 and -3 gives me -4, so -1, yeah. -1 times -3, +3. -1 plus -3 is -4. Yep. Again, these are factors. I want the roots, so you switch a sign. +1, +3. Those are the roots. And that's it. All right, later. 0.